Okay, welcome back. Darren Chang again, and I'm reviewing yet another messenger bag that would be able to fit a 15-inch laptop. This one's called the Timbuk2 Dashboard messenger. I'm not quite sure why dashboard, it's such a strange name. So let's take a look at this bag, and as usual, there are some things that I think are essential, and I wouldn't even purchase the bag without these things. And one of those things is this, a handle. Okay, handle right in the middle that allows you to be able to pick this thing up and move it around without having to put the shoulder strap over you. And obviously that's something that's essential for when you're getting in and out of a car, in and out of a subway car, whatever it is that you might be doing, where it's just simply easier to grab a handle and go. You'll be surprised to find that not all messenger bags have these things, despite the fact that it's so remarkably easy to install them into a messenger bag. All right, so let's take a look at what we have going on here. We do have a zippered pocket here on the outside, which is fleece lined, so it would be able to take my sunglasses really easily and keep them nice and protected in there, as long as nobody crushes them against the rest of the bag. Obviously, it's always better to have it across the top because it's unlikely that something's going to come down and crush something from above. It's more likely that you're going to get this caught in a doorway or as the doors close in the subway, etc. So not an ideal position, but it's better than most, and it's great that it even has such a thing. Fastex buckles, which connect to the underside of the flap, so it sort of somewhat hides them, so you can barely see the Fastex buckle comes out, so it looks a little bit more, clean and neat looking. The only thing that bums me out about this, oh, and actually before I get to that, you still have this thing. It seems like this is it comes standard now with all messenger bags, having a place to clip a light so that cars can see you if you're bicycling around at night. All right, so these straps are handy. The problem is that, listen, Velcro. Totally bums me out to have Velcro associated with these things, because while it is handy to be able to throw it shut and not have to clasp the buckles, I actually think that the cost of it making a ton of noise when you open up the bag is not as important as the benefit of having it, because frankly it doesn't take me that long to clip these things before I get up and start moving around. You can easily get rid of this by taking another piece of, go to a fabric store, get a piece of Velcro that you can lay on top of it, and then that eliminates you needing to have that constant scratch sound or tearing sound whenever you open this up. All right, so it's a simple flap here. We have the waterproof polyurethane on the back. Again, that's something that seems to come standard with these bags. And then the first thing we're going to have right behind this Velcro strip is a nondescript square pocket here. It's a pouch. It doesn't have any covering. There's no Velcro to keep it closed up here, so you'd have to be careful. If you decided you wanted to, say, put your wallet in here, that's great and all, except for the fact that if it upsets, if it turns over or something, the wallet's just going to come sailing out. So I don't know if I put really high security items in here. Frankly, I'm surprised they don't have a little zipper or something to keep this thing from dumping the contents of what it is that you have. And that's it for this area. There's nothing else, no other little pouches or side mesh pockets or anything here. So let's dive into the interior. Along the back wall of the front flap here, we're going to have our organizer. And in this situation, we have one long zippered pocket right here. And it's pretty generic. It drops down about 7 inches. And you can see the length of it. It doesn't go the entire length of the bag. It goes about, I'd say, 11 to 12 inches across. And it's not divided in there, but you could keep any number of things. They just kind of kick around in there. And then just in front of that, we're going to have divided pockets. There's one that's large enough to be able to slide my wallet into fairly easily. That's where I wanted to keep it. There's a couple of slots here for pens, and keep in mind these are fat slots. I could actually put in 2 pens into any one of these slots. And just beside that is another opening, and I could stick my cell phone in there. Again, oh no, I bet you it would fit. It would fit an iPhone 6, but not a the larger iPhone 6S, I think it is. But it probably would be able to fit a 6 in there. There's enough room kicking around. Anything on the sides? Oh, yep. On the side wall here, there is a gusseted pocket, open-topped. You can fit a small water bottle in here, one of those. It doesn't seem like it's going to fit something bigger than one of those 12-ounce bottles. I doubt I'd even put a water bottle in here because of the risk of it potentially opening up and dumping into all the electronics, but it's there if you need it. And then you have, this is kind of an interesting setup, and again, it's something that I'll show you with photos that you'll see associated with the website here. There's a long bar that goes across, and what that does, it's right sort of spans the entire length of the bag. That keeps in, it holds in the laptop insert. In a couple places, there's Velcro everywhere holding this thing. They love Velcro, does Timbuk2. So it keeps it in there and keeps it nice and stable. So this is a pretty stout bar that you have going on here. And if you don't have the laptop divider in there, the bar would just sort of sit up against the back, as you can see it's doing right now. And it gives you access to a gigantic, I mean, I think I could fit a small child into this bag without that insert. But it is nice that it keeps this insert in there in a very stable way so that it essentially seems like it's fixed in place. So let's take a look at, let me just put this down for a moment, the laptop insert. It does have a couple of compartments. The front compartment could easily fit, I mean, you could fit a 15-inch computer in here and another 15-inch computer in here, but clearly it serves a dual purpose of having laptop in there, and I have a mini here, but it would easily fit any sort of size tablet in there. Velcro flap to be able to keep it closed if you wanted to, although I would imagine that if it's inside my bag, rather than extracted like this, I would just have it permanently open like so I could get easy access to my electronic gear. This is actually kind of a handy thing to have, to be able to just walk around with your devices only. I'm not quite sure when I would do that, but maybe when I get into the office I might want to just walk down the hall just with my computer inside the pouch. Of course, I'd probably just walk down the hall with my computer in hand. But maybe, who knows what would be going on. So there you have it. Let me go ahead and show you how this inserts. I'll be sure to make this happen at hyperspeed, but I will show you that it goes in fairly easily. I would say the only thing that, that this bag is missing is that it doesn't have an open pouch in the back into which I could slide, say, a file folder, you know, just to have easy access to. Or maybe like plane tickets or something I could just reach into and grab out of there. And similarly, since it doesn't have a pouch back there, it has no sort of opening sleeve over which you can slide this entire bag when you're moving around with rolling luggage in the airport. So that's too bad. That's sort of a mark against it in some ways as well. There are places to attach a stabilizing strap, which this thing does come with. It actually, I think I saw it inside the pocket here. And this is if you're cycling around and you want to make sure that your bag doesn't slide all over the place. You would attach it across here and then clip it around your waist, as well as having the shoulder strap on. Okay, so again, this is the Timbuk2 Dashboard Messenger. This is the 15-inch version of it. It comes also in a 13-inch, if I'm not mistaken. And you can get this for, it's $109, although I see these things on sale for much less than that. For example, I think on the Timbuk2 website right now it's about 70 bucks. So that's actually an incredible deal. 70 bucks for this thing is great. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful. Look at my other reviews of messenger bags if you're interested, and make sure you watch before you buy. See ya.